Hopefully audio works. Okay, audio is working. Okay, we have a big queue to get through. I've never seen my store this busy. It is absolutely insane. There are so many devices here right now, and there's so little time to get this stuff out to meet reasonable turnaround times. So the first one on the list is going to be a 2012 A1398 with intermittent image on the screen. As we know, these are affected by the U8900 bug. It's super common, and it's usually caused by crack joints on the U8900 chips. So we're going to go ahead and open this up and see if that's actually what this is doing. Let me clean off my work area. I have an SSD and a couple things here. So let's plug this on, make sure there's not a note. There's no note. Cool. Okay. So we're going to grab our MagSafe 2 charger. Now this has been in transit, so most likely this will turn on because when the board is vibrated, it starts to work again. Yep, and as I thought, it does work. We'll see the... Yep, see, it is working. This is pretty common because... that chip, the solder joints, it vibrates around a little bit, and you get a working board because it disturbs the board, it flexes the board. Let's pretend that didn't happen again. At least it wasn't a laptop. Okay. So we need a T5. Where's my T5? Here's T5. Battery's unplugged. Let me share this stream because I know half the time the notifications don't even work. I'll see notifications on YouTube because what? You won't let me post link? Why no link? Won't let me post a darn link in my own group. Let me post anything in the group. I think FedEx is here. Bringing more MacBooks. Nope. Oh well, it won't let me post a link. Okay. That's strange. I must have gotten blocked by Facebook for something. I probably said something bad on someone's post and they blocked me. Wouldn't surprise me. YouTube is a crappy about when it decides to send a notification or not. Yeah, it also depends on how much they like your channel. You know, if you have a 5,000 subscriber channel like me with not very high viewership, they're not going to give you a notification usually. Move the chat over here. That way I don't look like... A1398s have too much screws. Also thought, but since YouTube is owned by Google and Google makes Chrome, you think Chrome would do a good job of that, but sadly not the case. I don't think it's an issue with that. I think it's they purposely choose who to send notifications to. Like if your channel is not regarded well, I don't think they'll send notifications like that. I think it's more of like a favorites thing, an internal favorites thing, than anything, honestly. Could be wrong, but that's what I think. That's my personal opinion. And this grommet just came right off the board, so we'll have to resolder that. That happens occasionally. The solder gets brittle, and it just comes right off. So here's our screw grommet, and it came right off the board. Alright, so board should be almost ready to come out. One more screw here. Got an email notification 5 minutes ago. Yeah, sometimes it works. Alright, our board is out. Now U8900. So this guy said something about rubber being under the board, that he put a piece of rubber on the chip, and I don't see that anywhere. I don't see rubber, I don't see anything. I just realized that the screw hole ends and some heat sinks are soldered on. Really? They are indeed soldered on. Okay, is that a 3332? Yes, it is. Switch over to our microscope view. Microscope view. Here we go. Microscope view. So U8900 is going to be right over here. And as you guys know, this is a very problematic chip in which the solder joints crack. And you could see that is evident here. See how those joints look not very nice right there? At this edge right here. See, normal joint, lousy joint. It's hard to see, but there definitely is some breakage here, and that's definitely going to cause our issue with intermittent image. So what we're going to do is surround this with a little Amtech NC560 flux, which I need to order 20 more tubes or so of. And we're going to grab our iron with the BC2 tip, and we're going to resolder this chip. So we're going to turn on, a BC1 tip. And we don't even have a BC1 on here. We have some lousy... What? No, we need a BC1. We have some like lousy conical tip on it, which sucks. 1 second. Phone call. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Alright, so I got sidetracked. Let's go to my views, so I could see what you guys see. I need to move this to the other monitor. I need more monitors. I need like 3 monitors, 4 monitors. one always gives you issues. The pin over here, let's see. I tell tech journalists that due to layoffs, most people will get their Apple stuff repaired, and hopefully Apple stores will stay closed and customers will realize the other place is more capable of repair. Yeah, I've noticed there's been some more customers that have been less than trustworthy lately, or they have not been trusting me. And I think those are people that normally go to the Apple store. Like I've had people say, "Oh, well, how do I know you're not going to keep my device? How do I know you're not going to steal my device?" And I tell people, you know what? Go online, look at my reviews, look at everything. What makes you suggestive that I would steal your device? I don't want your piece of crap 2009 MacBook Pro. I just don't want it. I'm sorry. So please, if you think that, don't come here. I just don't get that that mentality that they think that you're going to steal their device. It's like I really am not in the business of selling MacBooks. Exactly, Wes. I would have no use for that. I couldn't sell that for $10 if I tried. It's 11 years old. Oh, that's good enough for cleaning. Let's do thermal paste on this. Thermal paste time. Need to find paper towels. I just dropped a screw. Where'd it go? Here it is. I need to find paper towels. Everywhere has been sold out of paper towels. Everywhere here. I don't get it. I mean, otherwise it's normal here. It's almost normal, I should say. But I wish people would stop hoarding stuff. It's not necessary. So I've been using microfiber cloths and washing them to wipe devices down instead of paper towels. It's less than ideal, but it still works. I need alcohol, says Wes. I got 4 gallons of 70% from Allspec. Might have to pre-order it or order it in advance, Wes, but I would definitely try Allspec. I had to kind of tell them that I work on medical equipment, which is 100% true. I do work on medical equipment to get them to send me any. So. Need more thermal paste too. Tim, the psychology is that Apple gizmos are the most reliable things or desirable things in the universe. True believers cannot imagine you don't feel the same way. Yes, that is absolutely true. Because I get customers that they say, well, which MacBook do you recommend I buy? And I tell them, I do not recommend you buy any MacBook. I recommend you buy a ThinkPad or a Dell Latitude or something like that. And they're like, well, what do you mean? You don't believe in Apple's products? No, I do not believe in Apple's products because I work on them all day and I see how they're built. I see what the faults they have. And no, I cannot recommend you purchase a $3,000 device that's going to last a year. I'm sorry. That's what I tell. Like somebody else was saying, oh, I'm in search of this was on some Facebook group. I'm in search of a 2019 MacBook Pro with an i9. I said, well, guess what? Buy one of those if you want to pay me to fix it in a year when the warranty's expired. I can't even see somebody using that. The keyboards on them suck. Like, the keyboards suck. The trackpads are not good. Like, I just don't see that. It's my 10-year-old ThinkPad has a better user interface than the new MacBook Pros. I mean, I can't even handle typing on one of those things. There's no key travel. It's just not a very good device, in my opinion. They're price gouging IPA and alcohol. I saw 500 milliliters. I got 4 gallons for... It was like 85 bucks for 4 gallons, so... But at least I got some. Okay. To go over a little bit. The butterfly keyboard is offensive. Yeah, it's terrible. I don't see who there thought that was a good idea to put that keyboard in that device. It sucks. I guess it's thinner. But it's terrible. It feels lousy. It lasts a year, if that, and it's not a very nice device. Not to mention the T2 chip nonsense. Okay, let's go ahead and... Oh, that's right, grommet. So we got to put this grommet back on. I'll show you guys how to do this in case you guys run into this issue. That almost looks like corrosion or oxidation. It's not very nice. Wish they would come out with like a MacBook SE from like the 2015 A1502 design or something. Get a little bit more solder on this thing. Because there's so much oxidation and junk on that. I wonder how that happened. There's no electrical current going through this. Try and transfer the heat through this thing. Should get hot enough. There you go. I'm too slow to try typing on a phone. I can't type. That's why I have the BlackBerry with the keyboard, because I can't stand touchscreen keyboards. I cannot type quickly on a touchscreen keyboard. So the keyboard is really helpful for me to have. Clean enough. Okay. To quickly reassemble this thing. I do like working on 1466 are the best to work on. 3437 and 00165 are my favorites too. They're so easy to fix. My first MacBook I worked on was a 1466, and then the first board I fixed was a 3115 that had quarter fan spin, and it was the ISL 6259. Everything's seated and aligned. There we go. Well, good enough. Yeah, 3435 is 11 inch. 00164 is an 11 inch. 3437 is a 2013 13 inch, and 00165 is a 2015 or 2017 13 inch. Well done with the Facebook group. Seems a lot better now. Yeah, the other admins started another group, and a lot of the other people moved over to that group, but that's okay. I'm very, very close to just saying screw it with all kinds, with any form of group or anything like that. Okay, we have another problem. This has no connector for the whatever it is. We got to solder a new connector on there. I noticed this was tucked under the board, and now it's missing, so I know this guy removed his board, so he probably ripped this off. So we will put this back. Yeah, the Facebook group, I'm probably just going to be done with it, honestly. Delete it. I'm sick of the nonsense from people, and simply is that. Too much drama. It's people act like it's second grade, and it's not second grade, and I'm just sick of it. Repair techs on Facebook are worse than third graders, honestly. Let's steal this connector from another board. It's going to be off camera, so excuse me for a second. But I'm just sick of the he said, she said nonsense. It's just stupid, you know. Oh, I feel offended because so-and-so said this. I feel offended. I feel this. It's like, no. Just the other day, somebody was saying something about EFI unlocks or something, and somebody that wanted to post that messaged me and say, well, I feel bullied. It's like, come on. You're an adult. It's a Facebook group. Move on. You don't, you know, just nonsense like that. So I'm very, 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 very well considering just deleting the group. Fully gone. The phone rang once and then didn't do anything. Okay. Scam call. What are those solder blobs on traces? I don't know, actually. I think they're for test points. Rob's an electronics engineer. He should know. Rob, what are these little things for? I see these a lot. See these little blobs on the traces? Those are for testing, right? Like right there and right there. A different form and test point. Yeah, the MacBook group used to be good a long time ago, but now it's just trash, honestly. It's not the fact that what's trash about it is the division of people playing favorites, you know. Oh, I don't want Tim to help me. I want so and so to help me. I don't like Tim. I want somebody else to help me. It's that kind of nonsense that I don't like. But unfortunately, you're going to get haters the more you get known. Rob, these test points are these right here. Those little solder blobs, there's a few of them. You're going to, as soon as you start getting more popular, you're going to get haters like that. It's just part of it. We'll wick that later. Pure novice here. Where's my solder? Here it is. I suck at soldering. I suck at soldering. No. Look at the mess I made. This is why when people say I can't solder anything, I laugh at them. Look at this. This is me soldering. So if people try that and they give up and they say, well, I can't solder. I don't know how to do this. No, look at me. Look at this idiot that cannot solder a simple connector. Hang on. I got to reply to something. Make Tim's hands steady again. Yeah, I don't know what the heck that's up with that, honestly. I should probably get that checked, but there's better things to worry about right now. My hands aren't that unsteady. Done. We don't need the other 2 ground pins. We're good. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay. Your hands are not unsteady. It's a board that keeps moving. Yeah, it's part of both, honestly. Clean our flux. What the hell is this connector even for? I have no idea what. I've never paid attention to what this is for. What is this for? 820 3332. All right. Oh, it's for the microphone. Who cares? The store next door to me. So LA County's under where it's the law now that if you're out in public, you need to wear a mask or it's a fine. The place next door to me, none of their employees wear masks. No one wears masks there. They don't seem to care about anything. It's inconsiderate for others, honestly. It's not really them because they're all younger, but it's inconsiderate for other people. It's a county law, Wes. Clean enough. You don't have to go too crazy on low voltage circuits. It's mainly the higher voltage circuits that are going to get impacted by flux. Alright, let's put this thing back together. How are you holding up today? I am okay. Very busy. Other than that, I am okay. I'm still breathing fine. I do not have COVID. I'm honestly not even paying attention to the new cases or anything because it's becoming evident that so many people have had the virus that it's... The antibody test showed like 500,000 in my area have had it or something like that, so... I might have had it earlier in the year, I don't know. I personally selected that driver Tim is using. Yes, you did, I remember that. I still use these, they still work. I would order more, but nah. If you were there, Wes, I would, but otherwise, no. I've never wasted money on screwdrivers. I get the cheapest I can get. Some were good and some were bad. I made sure you got a good one. Yeah, these are good. I wouldn't know. I don't do public anymore. What do you mean public? Like you don't go around people anymore? Yeah, I don't either. But then again, before this, I didn't go around people either, so it didn't really affect me. Like I'm more than okay with people staying 6 feet away from me at all times. So that's yeah. Yeah, I am more than okay with the 6 feet law. Because I don't want you coming up to me at the gas station. That's another thing I hate when people come up to you and talk to you about some nonsense. Normally, when people approach you at the gas station, they try and talk to you, but the end goal is always this: they always want money. They always want money. That's it. So I am more than okay with that law of keeping people 6 feet away from me. It's even like when you're at the market and you're in line and somebody's like right behind you and you move forward and they move forward again. It's like, don't you get it? I'm trying to get away from you. Like you're breathing down my neck. I hated that. Tim likes to hug strangers at gas stations. No, I do not. Trust me. Because strangers at gas stations here are usually not the kind of stranger that you want to be around. That spacing thing is beginning to be engineered into retail and public spaces. I don't see that changing anytime soon, maybe in a generation or two. I'm fine with it. Like, I'm fine with it. Like, I don't, like I said. You need a hockey stick, perfect measuring device, and can be used to get people's attention. Yeah, you hit them with it. You're 6 feet here. You're 6 feet near me. Here, let me whack you over the head with this. That would work perfect. Get all the screws. One more. Two more. Is this your store? I can recall a couple of videos. Okay, so the whole thing about me, I removed that video about going home because I moved everything home. This is the store. I moved everything home and I tried to work out of the house for like 3 days and I couldn't do it. I had too much volume. There was just simply no way to work out of the house. So like 3 days later, I moved everything back. It was like a Wednesday, and by that Saturday, I was back at the store. It's just not possible. And it's fine. I mean, there's no reason why I shouldn't be at the store. Yeah, there's no way I could work out of the house. No way in heck. It was a nice thought, but yeah, that ain't happening. And especially now with the ramped up business, it has never been as busy as it is now in the history of my business. So this is a 1 terabyte, 768 gigabyte. It works. So let me do some stress tests, and then after that, I will call the customer, send the invoice over, everything. So much to do, so little time. There needs to be like 20 more hours in the day for me to be able to handle this normally. Come on, bring up the boot menu. There we go. We're going to go to TCRS test disk. And we're going to grab our next MacBook, and when that is done booting, I will start that on stress testing. And let's grab our next one. Oh no, it's an A1708. No, I hate A1708. Last minutes of life for that keyboard, huh? Oh, the one on my chair? Yeah. I've sat on this thing so many times. It doesn't break. It doesn't break. Alright. Need a blue thing. Runs away. I hate 1708. 1708s are my... I hate them. The only machine I hate more than a 1708 is a 1534. 1534 is also awful. 1534 is worse. 1534, it's more like don't send it. Okay, we don't have corrosion by the CPU FAT, so we have corrosion by the backlight. We have... oh, shoot. We have corrosion under the CPU. These darn things. Every single darn time. Every single time. Anyway, let me start this one on stress test real quick. Every single darn time on a 1708 this happens. Every single darn time. Alright, if this turns on, I'll continue on it, but I may just say no. No repair for you. I don't want to re-hot CPU bro this. Alright, so what do we get? Plug it in, 5 volts, 10 volts, 20 volts, 0.6. Alright, let's see. My guess, there's going to be a short on PP bus. Let's try this. What? No! Alright. I don't want to... No, I gotta get batteries for this thing. Sucks. We're not throwing batteries in the trash. We're throwing batteries in the authorized recycling bin. So no one call the EPA. We don't do that here. We never throw batteries in the trash. Ever. Not once. if we have a short on PP bus to our CPU, which I have a feeling is the case, let's see. We don't. Let's pull this board out. This is a FLIR DM166. It has built-in thermal. It's a great tool. I need to do a review video on it, but I have not had a chance. Yeah, my Quantums did the same exact thing, Richard. I stopped using them. They were leaking constantly. Yeah, I don't recommend those at all. Where's my T, whatever it is. Here it is. T2. Or T3. So far, I don't really see much corrosion by anything that matters. Maybe right there, I don't know. There's around backlight, around Wi-Fi, but I don't see anything that would cause it to not turn on yet. Hopefully on the other side of the board there will be something that will reveal our issue, because I hope it's not the CPU, because we know how much we hate A1708s, and as long as nobody says the A word... Oh shoot, what'd I do? An L word, then this will probably stay alive and not have a dead CPU. But if anybody says the A word and he shows up here, you know what's going to happen. And this is most likely dead. The reason why I say this is that there is corrosion under the LCD connector. And the LCD connector on this machine goes to the CPU. So there's a good chance CPU took 48 volts, not 12 volts, 48 volts. Thank you, Apple. Thank you for designing a board that will send 48 volts to the darn CPU if you get liquid on your screen. CPU does not like 48 volts. That is a super overclock, and it does not like that. It'll go pop. Don't you have to say his name 3 times? Probably. So, we have corrosion here. Otherwise it looks clean. You know, just minor stuff. That doesn't look like anything that's going to be too major. So, you know what? I'm just going to start with fluxing everything. These are just for Wi-Fi caps. These things are not, these are just for Wi-Fi noise. It's regulatory stuff. We don't even need these, so we're just going to go off. Not going to bother putting them back because you just don't need them. Everything else looks okay. There's some under the CPU right here. So in this case, I'm going to reflow all the areas that look bad. It's going to get a bath, and if it doesn't work, it's going to go back because I'm not going to waste my time on something that's not going to be viable right now. I hate when these darn screws on the 1708 do not come out. The problem is the screws are made with such cheap metal. Oh yeah, this is 100% dead. I'm not even gonna bother ultrasonicking it. This is dead. Maybe could be cleaned, but I doubt it. I think that's dead. That's toast. We're gonna still flux this up and see what it does, but I'm 99% sure this is dead. Thank you, Apple. Thank you very much for designing a machine that will send 48 volts to the processor if you get liquid on the screen connector. Good job. A plus. A plus, Apple. Good job. This may have survived. It actually doesn't look too bad. I'm not gonna go replacing stuff though. If it works after ultrasonic, I'll come back and replace some stuff, but I don't have high hopes for this board. I'm not going to try it after ultrasonic because I don't want to risk sending any more high voltage to the CPU. Just get this edge bonding off. Just like that. Now we could continue the reflow. I don't really want to go too hot on any of this stuff. I just want to get it hot enough. Alright, we're going to ultrasonic this. And I just remembered I need to put somebody's screws in their machine because they're coming in like an hour to pick it up. And they're going to be mad if I don't have the screws in the bottom when I give it back to them. So we're going to throw this in the UC real quick. Let's put this in the ultrasonic, and while this is working, while it's in the ultrasonic, I'll Alright, Rob, I'll see you later. Have a nice rest of your day. Life in 2020, picking a paper towel off the floor to clean the thermal paste. Gotta conserve. Where is this machine? Is it this one? Nope, it's not this one. Is it this one? It's this one. Where did I put that short screw? Wasn't paying attention putting the screws in this A1502, and I put the long screw or the short screw where the long screw should go. I'm trying to find it. Here it is. Alright, let's grab our next board. Okay, so our next board, I've already done the assessment on it, and I gave the customer an estimate because they weren't sure if they wanted to have it fixed, but they did approve it. So we'll go over this board quickly about what's wrong with it. It's an A1502 with intermittent power concerns. Now, you know how much I hate intermittent issues, but this one is actually going to be fixable. So this is a 2015 A1502 that sometimes turns on, sometimes doesn't turn on. So let's flip our board real quick. Ow, hot. Actually, let me let that ultrasonic finish before I talk because I know you guys can't hear me. So let me call this customer real quick. answer, so let me send him the invoice. Make sure I don't show anything I'm not supposed to. We'll see how our little board looks after the ultrasonic. Connector looks flawless. Remember, I don't know if you guys, I don't know if I showed the actual cable itself, but it looked pretty rough, and it looks better. It's not the best, but it looks better. And the board looks okay. Need to change this ultrasonic water, both the water and then the bath water after the cleaner, because it's pretty dirty. Probably has some unknown new deadly virus living in it. Wouldn't surprise me. Corbin is here. MacBook bathwater, sell it in jars. That would be funny. I wonder if anybody would actually buy that, like a MacBook. I should try that. To use a 0.5 lens with the microscope, this is a 0.75 Barlow, and this is a 0.35 optical adapter, or whatever it's called. So here's our board after the cleaner. It looks much better. All the corrosion is gone. Everything looks okay. Might have to replace the backlight driver, but I'm not going to worry too much about that because I'm about 90% certain the CPU is dead. Backlight looks nasty, So you know what? I have to resolder that. Let's see if this is even going to post. Because if it doesn't post, I'm not going to waste my time with any of this. So let's bake this, and then what the heck is that noise? Hopefully that's FedEx coming in business hours like they should be. Yes, it is FedEx. Cool. Awesome. 1 second, guys. More MacBooks. Okay. Alright. Alright, back to our other machine. So this was an A1502. So A1502 intermittent power issues. Let's have a look. So Heatem 00165 strains fall if I remove MagSafe. Lights go dim on battery, but if with charger works just fine. Lights go dim. Which lights go dim? That's my first question is. So let's have a look at this board. Intermittent issues. Let's talk about intermittent issues. Typically, intermittent issue is going to be some random chip dying, some unfixable issue, CPU related, or some corroded connection that power cannot pass through it very well, and under certain conditions, under certain load conditions, it cannot handle that load and it shuts off. So, looks clean. It does not look like a board that was liquid damaged. Everything looks fine. If backlight goes dim when MagSafe is unplugged, your issue is software settings. Reset PRAM. I mean, this board looks flawless. It looks clean. Wait, what was that? Wonder what this is. Wonder if that's has anything to do with our problem. Wonder what. Let's look at on the schematic what this does. Let's open up a board view. Okay. U7501. Yeah, this looks kind of important, don't you think? Now, these resistors are PP3V4 2G3 hot, S5 power good, S5 power EN, SMC PM G2 EN, P5 whatever VREF voltage reference. Yeah, this seems pretty important. Now, what the heck does this chip do? So let's look at our schematic and see what this chip does. And PP3V3S5 and PP5VS3. Yeah, this looks important to me, doesn't it? This looks pretty important. So we're going to go ahead and take care of this. And this is going to be a happy working board with no issues after. So the chip is likely fine, so we're not going to touch the chip. This was just a little bit of condensation that got in here and caused a little bit of corrosion. So probably had a little piece of crumb or food on there or something, or bug got in there. That's something else that's common, is bugs will go in the machine and leave a surprise for you, and then you will get this. And see that? See those pads? Now, do you think that is going to carry electricity very well? No, me neither. This pad is gone. Gotta turn the iron on. My current setup of this workstation is getting on my nerves. That happens like a couple times a year where I have to change everything, and it's getting on my nerves again, so I'm going to move my office around again probably. It's just I don't know, maybe I'm just strange. But that happens. Like the hot air gets stuck on the microscope and stuff, it just gets annoying. So this pad is actually totally gone. There's nothing left there. So we're going to have to run a wire. So let's go ahead and grab 2 new resistors, and then we'll run a little wire, and that is to 3V42, I believe. Where does 3V42 come from here? Let's see. We're going to take a little jumper from somewhere close. Probably from around the ISL area. Has a few good ones. Or maybe from near the SMC. Okay. And it blew away. Want to make sure this chip gets a good reflow too. Let's grab another little resistor. Okay, now we have a few options of where to run PP3V42 from. I'm going to show you guys right now. So we can take it. The closest option is going to be from the ISL. R7012 looks like the best route. Now here's why. If I run a wire from here, it's going to have to be kinked around. If I run a wire from here, this one looks like the second best spot because it's only going to have to go over one thing, and that's near SMC reset. So actually this one may be the best. Because if I look at here, okay, so I think, okay, what happens if the wire, the enamel breaks or whatever, and it touches this? Okay, nothing happens. SMC reset L, no big deal, 3.42 volts. This is ground, that's not going to do anything. So this one's going to be the best option. So if I do it here and the wire breaks, it's going to touch stuff for the charger, which is going to be at a much higher voltage. So we're going to run it from this resistor up here, over here, to that pin. So that's going to be our best option right there. So that's what we're going to do. So it looks like, yeah, see there's not even a resistor there. It's a no stuff resistor. So this is by far going to be the best possible spot for our wire to come from. Just double check. Yep, you're good. And I'm hungry, so I want to get these repairs done so I can go get lunch. And jumper wire. Where's jumper wire? I need to order more jumper wire. I ordered a bunch when I started, but it's starting to get low. We're going to code all this up too. I don't want it to touch anything. See how close it is to touching? We don't want that whatsoever. And the resistor just came off. Lovely. Okay. Another resistor time. Annoying. After this board, after we know if the 1708 works, I'm going to go get lunch. Actually, no, I have a 2 o'clock appointment, so I can't get lunch. And the board I grabbed did not have that resistor on. And I almost lost that resistor again. Alright. I hate doing little annoying stuff like this. It sucks. It's terrible. We cannot leave that like that. Gonna have to fix that better though. I finally put a different sign on the door. It's in red. It says stop. We're currently not allowing customers in our location because the issue I was having was people would walk up, tug on the door, and I'd go to the door and let them know everything. And they tug on the door again and again and again like they wanted to come in, and I'm telling them no. Please call this number and we'll talk to you over the phone. I don't think it's intentional. I think it's just people don't. It's either they don't understand or they think they're entitled to break the rules and come in. And that wire came off. So hopefully that sign helps. Okay. Got to conformal code this up, so I'm not even going to try to turn this on until this is all conformal coded. So it's got to go in the ultrasonic now, and that is the end of this one for now. So let me go put this over here, and we're going to go try this A1708 and see if it works now. It's been in the oven for a while. It should be 100% dry. Let's just first see if it pulls the correct amount of amps. So it should jump up to like 0.58, 0.62 around there. So we're going to see. Plug it in. My port is my... This isn't the board, it's my stupid meter, my amp meter. Rest in peace. So I know when the CPUs die on these, it's oftentimes this right here, this coil that dies. Well, it's not, it doesn't die, it's short, so let's see. Dead short to ground 1.3 ohms. And then another one that you should check is right here. And that's 2.2 ohms to ground. What is this one over here? So this most likely is a dead CPU. It's always these two coils that do this. Where is it? 00875. Yeah, Banjo, SW, system agent, whatever, yeah. Alright, so let's inject a little voltage on 5VS5, which is right here. I think that's what it is. And as always, A1708 suck. And they always have a dead CPU. Always. I'm sick of everything getting tangled, my iron and everything. I really got to redo the station. It's not set up right. I'm going to put a little money into my station and make everything with shelving and everything really nice. Alright, power supply cables. Now, my guess is we do this and the CPU is going to burn. It's going to just be burning hot. Tip is way too small. Whatever. Need bigger tip. Come on, get hot. Get hot, come on. Don't have that much thermal mass. There we go. Alright, so let's click on our power supply. It's at 12 volts now. We want to turn that way down to like 1.31 volts. 1.31 volts. We're going to put the other one on ground right now. And it's not really shorted right now. It's not pulling much. 3v3S5. Let's go up to 3.31 volts. Okay. Now at 3 volts, we're pulling 5 amps. But the question is, what's getting hot? Switch over. So we're going to turn our multimeter on FLIR mode. I'm going to hold up the board. And oh, what do you know? You guys can't see that, can you? Can you see that? Can you see the shape of a PCH there? That's the CPU right there. That's the PCH. So we're looking directly at the die right now. So here, see that blue outline? That's the chip. And that's our CPU. That's 265, 332 degrees. 333. That's hot. But that's our chip. That's our CPU. And that's our CPU that's dead. Oh, look at this. You can actually see something pretty cool on the CPU. See that? Anel was here subconsciously. See that? Rest in peace. You can smell it starting to burn. Let's see. Whoa. What happens if I freeze spray it? Does it crack? What does it do? I wanted a crack. Nothing impressive happened. It just burned. That's as dead as the CPU can get. How hot is it now? Let's try this. Can you guys see this better if I move the scope up? Let's try this. Can move the scope way up. So there's our CPU. It's blurry, I know. There's our CPU. You can kind of see that shape there. Hot. $300 CPU. I'd call that dead. Rest in peace, little CPU. Alright guys, I'm out of here. I gotta make sure this guy's gonna show up at 2, and then I need to get out of here and get some lunch. Because I'm hungry, and I have not been eating in the morning because I have not had... This morning, I set my alarm for 6:30. It went off, it was loud, and I did not wake me up. I slept right through it, and I woke up at 9. So I've been having a problem with waking up. So, but thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later.